Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. This is video number 2 of 2. So this is going to get very interesting because now I think we are reaching a certain stage where we begin to maybe crack a smile. So stay tuned. Now I'm going to point you in the direction of video number 1. If you didn't catch that earlier on, make sure you head over there. You can pause this and head over there, or like I always say, if you're lopsided and weird and you want to do it the other way around, not a problem, whatever floats your boat. So don't forget to be constantly reminded that I've uploaded. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and as well as follow me on all the socials. Links are in the description. They were on screen for you just now. Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Also, before we get cracking, brand new video over on the second channel, over on Younes Talks, my non-football channel. So if you do want to head over there and look at what I had to say, hit the subscribe button over there and hit the notification bell. On top of that, you can follow my personal socials, not the Younes Talks Football one, but the personal socials associated with that channel. They are on screen for you right now, and they will be in the description as well. So make sure you follow, subscribe, and enjoy the extra content coming your way. Let's get cracking. I'll leave a link to that video right here as well for you. So you got 2 to watch. Yeah, let's get started now. Brighton. Okay, so yesterday I gave you my 3 indicators. Yeah, I feel like I'm a crypto insider now or something. What am I, a stock trader? I've got tips. I've got, trading tips and all sorts. I don't. But I did have 3 indicators for why I believe this Caicedo deal is now beginning to tip into Chelsea's favour. That was yesterday's video. Today, I think is a confirmation of those tips. Is it not? Well, let's get cracking. Let's start off with what Zerbi himself had to say. What did he have to say? Here it is. Enjoy this, guys. Enjoy this. It's going to be lovely. Here it is. Roberto De Zerbi has accepted that Levi Colwill won't be returning to Brighton this season. Chelsea have never moved from their position that the defender is not for sale. De Zerbi has stated, "We lost Alexis McAllister, we lost Levi Colwill, and the next season will be tougher than the last one." He goes on to say, that was from Fraser Fletcher, this was on Sky, Roberto De Zerbi saying, "If Caicedo leaves, we need another big important midfielder. Yes, I have a specific player in mind to replace him, but I don't want to tell you his name. We are waiting for the new situation. It can change or not." We've reached the part of the poker game. We're going to keep going back to the reference of the poker match, right? This is a poker game. So, to put it into perspective, we are now at the point of the poker game where both players have gone so far in, it's ridiculous. They've got their lives on the table, they've got their houses, their cars, their misses, they've got everything on the table up for the bet. Now, there's going to be one out of the 2 that will show more compared to the other, that they think they might just lose this hand. Doubt starts to creep into one of them, and you begin to read certain signs in their eyes and on their faces. Maybe the smile, the grin begins to disappear a little bit. Maybe the eyes begin to get a little bit agitated, starting to look in all sorts of directions. Maybe he gets a little fidgety. Maybe there's a bit of body language that maybe we've reached that point, because now we've seen a certain level of acceptance from De Zerbi. That acceptance being he's finally, I might have to get The Rock for this one. Let's use an empty water bottle. Finally accepted that Levi Colwill is not for sale. Finally. We don't have to say not for sale again. That was grinding my gears as much as, what was it that Graham Potter used to say? That's life. And, oh yeah, the boys gave everything. It was beginning to feel like that. There's that. And there's also indicator number 2. He's already told us that he's got a replacement in mind. Now, why would he do that? Well, we've got more on Caicedo, because that's not just the only development today. Here's the latest coming out of Ecuador. We've got 2 developments out of Ecuador, so let's get right into it. Here it is. This has come from Studio Football, from this journalist. If we get the name, Jose Alberto Molestina, right? Works for RTS Ecuador, who did say Chelsea are preparing to submit to Brighton a 5th and final offer for Moises Caicedo. This is his tweet, and translated, I'm going to paraphrase here because there's no actual translate function, I don't know why, but that a final offer, an ultimate offer is about to be made. The last offer was £80 million total, Brighton want 100 million, we'll see what gets Brighton to decide, basically, something along those lines, but there's more. And this came from Maria Jose Flores, right, another Ecuadorian journalist, and she came out and said, key time, and there will be Caicedo news. Vince Bluefooty puts it very, very helpfully here. I don't know what it's about, but Maria has a close relationship with the Caicedo family in Ecuador. So it seems something is up. So what is that something? What is that something? We're not actually quite sure what that something is, but there has been movement today, according to Gary Jacob of The Times and according to Tom Roddy of The Times. They co-wrote this. Here it is. Here's the latest from Caicedo himself. Breaking. Moises Caicedo and his representatives are set to ask Brighton to lower the £100 million price tag. Caicedo is now keen to force a move to Chelsea, with the player and his representative seeking further talks with Brighton and Hove Albion to try to persuade the club to bring their asking price down from £100 million. So, Caicedo is now doing God's work. Fantastic. He's on the way. He's moving. That's great to hear. We needed that, right? But not just that. We're hearing acceptance from Zerbi. We're hearing a replacement has already been thought about. We're hearing Caicedo's now asking the price to be brought down. I told you this is requiring just a bit more patience and things will fall into place. Like I said, we are at the point of that poker game where, you know, the bluff is no longer able to take you all the way. You know, you need to have something, mate, at this point. You need to have something. And I do think that Chelsea hold the cards. So let's wait and see how this one's going to turn up. But like I said yesterday, the indicators are there. And today, the indicators are moving. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this saga is going to go, because I think I have a swift idea and I reckon it's going to be a positive outcome. So let's wait and see how this one's going to go. Oh boy, if we get Caicedo. Do you understand how sweet that will be? Oh, too sweet. Too sweet. Let's get into the other news, right? Let's wait and see what the developments are going to be. Let me know your thoughts down below in relation to this entire saga, and we keep it moving. Ben Chilwell had a few things to say about Pochettino, so let's get into that. Very, very insightful information he's given us here. Here it is. Chilwell says Poch owes the team a dinner. We did the Gasson test. We were meant to do 10 runs, but we got to the 8th and the manager, I don't know if he was doing a mental trick, said we could stop if we wanted. Everyone was on their knees, and he said, if everyone completes the next 2, I'll take you all out for dinner. Of course, we all finished, and we're now waiting for the dinner. I have to say, just off the bat, the fact that the players actually got 8 runs done, there's 10, he got them to stop, and then got them to carry on again. Beautiful. Beautiful reverse psychology happening there from Pochettino to get them to finish the task. Absolute class. But the fact that they actually did 10 runs of the Gasson test is impressive. Go and look at that Gasson test. Go and look at what it requires. That tells me that we are fit. We are sharp. We are properly fit this time. Unlike last pre-season. If we're doing 10 runs of the Gasson, these guys are machines. And it's no surprise that what we've seen in pre-season so far is an indicator of we look fit and we look sharp. No wonder we're completing tests like this without question. Absolutely fantastic. But Ben Chilwell had more to say about Poch. Now, this is a good insight into what we know as, well, what we don't know about Poch as a person, as a manager. What is he like, you know, as a guy? Here it is. Ben Chilwell, Pochettino and his staff take a lot of time personally to talk to you, not even about football things. Family life, what you're doing away from football, your favourite TV series, what book you're reading. They take a lot of time to get to know you personally. It makes you feel you want to do that extra yard, that extra run, because you feel like there's more of a personal connection. We heard that Poch was like this when he was at Tottenham, and I didn't know it would be to this extent. I just thought he knew how to maybe get on with the young lads and know how to develop them, but I didn't think it would be like this, like we're going to be mates, proper mates, so that's really, really good to hear. Really good to hear. It's a great strategy, and I think it's genuine. It's not just a strategy. I think it's actually genuine from Pochettino. It just seems like an overall really nice guy, and his staff are the same. Very, very easy to talk to and approach, but at the same time firm, disciplined, and demand the best. Perfect balance of both worlds. So let's see how that relationship is going to go down with the rest of the squad throughout this season. It looks positive, very positive. Let me know your thoughts down below. Now we've got some transfer activity. Before we move on to the other teams, here it is. Michael Olise is a very concrete option for Chelsea and one to watch over the coming weeks. He is very close to agreeing personal terms. Now that was from Ben Jacobs. We also have this from Footy Insider. Chelsea's interest in Crystal Palace defender Mark Guehi is gathering pace. Now, what does that mean? We don't actually quite know. Does that mean Chalobah's off or not? God knows. We'll wait and see what's going to happen on that front. Again, it's a baffling one. Maybe Poch and his team have certain details that we've not thought about. I don't know, but it's weird. For me, the Chalobah-Guehi swap doesn't really compute. For what we're trying to do and what we're going to be capable of in the season, I don't think that makes such a I've lost my words. What's that flipping word? I've got it on the tip of my tongue and I've lost it. Catalysmic? No. Catalysmic. Is it catalysmic? Catalysmic. It is catalysmic. I've got it. Catalysmic. R.I.P. English. And I've done well at English. But anyway, I don't understand. It's not significant enough, especially for 50 mil, even though we've got a sell on and all of that. But we'll see how that turns out. Let me know your thoughts on that entire saga. There's news about Chelsea as a football club today as well, and it's not as bad as it looks. Just to give you clarity, it's not as bad as it looks. People are mocking and laughing and well, the laugh's on you, right? Just check this out. Chelsea have agreed a settlement with UEFA in the region of £8.5 million for breaching financial fair play rules that related to incomplete reporting of their finances. The charge came in light of the sale of the football club last May, which saw former owner Roman Abramovich forced to sell amid sanctions levied by the UK government. Well, of course we had incomplete reporting. The whole club was up for sale and Roman got sanctioned. I mean, what the hell do you want? But Chelsea, the new owners, Todd Bowley, Egbali and them lot, recognised what was not done in terms of incomplete reporting of the finances. They voluntarily took that to UEFA and let them know. And UEFA, according to their rules, have to punish the club because it's incomplete and there's no excuse, even if you've been sold and you've been sanctioned and you didn't have even access to your bank account at one point. That doesn't matter. You've not completed your reportings and therefore we're going to punish you. But the fact that you came to us, right, and we can settle means that we can now just brush this under the carpet, not a problem, but you'll pay 8.5 million, not the full punishment in terms of what it would actually be, and we'll call it quits. And Chelsea have agreed. So it's a non-issue, basically. It's a non-issue. So, yeah. Just to let you guys know, don't be scared, don't be worried. Chelsea didn't break FFP. Technically, they did by the rules, but because Roman got sanctioned and Chelsea were up for sale. Of course, everything stopped. So, yeah, it's normal. Don't worry. Now, I saw this and my head wanted to explode. If I'm a Man United fan right now, I am fuming. Fuming. Why? I don't need to say anything else. Here it is. David Ornstein says Manchester United reject 20 million offer from West Ham to sign Harry Maguire permanently. David Moyes keen on the England centre-back, but unlikely West Ham will push again amid feeling 30-year-old wants to fight for his Manchester United place and salary also an issue. No, hang on. I don't buy that last bit. It would have been a lot easier if Man United accepted. But I have to ask, Man United, why are you not... 20 million for Harry Maguire. I understand you paid 80. You ain't getting 80 back. Mate, you shouldn't even get 80p back, let alone 80 million pounds, right? 80 quid is bad enough. 80p you shouldn't even get. It's Harry Maguire. Come on. 20 million and they said no. Man United are mad. I saw a tweet earlier on that Erik ten Hag needs to undertake a medical because they rejected this bid. And they're right. Everyone at United needs to undertake medicals here. I think there might be a psychological problem going on here. How have you said no to 20 million for Harry Maguire? How? How is that physically possible? Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. But there we are. They've said no and West Ham are going to turn away now. So you're stuck with Harry Maguire. Well done, United. Well done. Unbelievable. Anyway, we'll see how that turns out. See if there's going to be any more blunders from Harry Maguire this season. Or is he just going to sit on the bench? And if he's just going to sit on the bench, you might as well have taken 20 million. You know? As far as I'm concerned, you've been scammed in terms of paying 60 for Mount. So you might as well try and get 20 back. Then technically you've only lost 40. Oh man, what is life? What is life? This is great. Now, let's move to Sadio Mane. What has he done? Well, he's made a decision and it's probably for the best. It's probably a very, very good one. Here it is. Sadio Mane to Al Nassr. Here we go. Deal in place between the two clubs. Bayern have accepted the verbal proposal after advanced talks yesterday. Paperwork to be checked on player side and a medical will be booked. Deal will be done. Fofana, Brozovic, Tellez, and now Mane. Sadio Mane at Al Nassr. Can you imagine? Him and Cristiano Ronaldo. Man, I think Ronaldo's very happy now. He's going to be getting quite a lot of support from the Premier League and from Europe and all that. He's not on his own any longer. So, Sadio Mane to Saudi. I don't blame him. In terms of what he's going to be getting there, of course. But similarly to Mahrez and similarly to Edouard Mendy and similarly to Koulibaly, these players that are of Muslim origin that have basically finished off their careers. If you think about it, Mane's at that age where he can just call it a day. Go to Saudi. Happy days. Kante, Benzema, other examples. So, you know what? Fair enough. And I look forward to seeing what he's going to do over there. So let me know your thoughts on Mane to Al Nassr to join up with Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, Luis Enrique has decided to do something and something drastic. And it's not actually quite surprising, but here it is. Luis Enrique wants to sign Pedri for PSG. The player has not shut the door on a move to France. He likes the idea of a reunion with Enrique. Like Ousmane Dembele, the player has a temporary release clause. His is 110 million euros. Enrique has asked PSG to do everything possible to sign him. So basically, the transfer strategy at PSG under Luis Enrique is very simple. Buy Barca. That's it. Dembele, yeah, bring him. He plays for Barca, bring him. Pedri, yeah, bring him. What's next? Gavi, 100%, it's got to be. What's next after that? The entire Barcelona squad? Luis Enrique is basically, I'm going to get the whole band back together. Screw it. I'm going to turn PSG into Barca, into French Barca. Barca à la France. You know, I don't know. Unbelievable. Anyway, it would be a great signing. Let's just, call it a buck. Pedri. Top signing. For 110 million euros, that's actually a good deal when you consider the profile of player, his age and what he'll bring. That's actually cheap. 110 million euros is what? 95 million pounds? We're battling flipping Brighton to pay him 100 million for Caicedo. Pedri's available for 95. It works out pretty nicely. Declan Rice has gone for, 105 plus add-ons? Yeah, Pedri's available for 95. It's a good deal when you consider it into that context. But yeah, let's see if PSG are going to chase. Let's see if PSG are going to get him. Will Barca sell? Will they ask for more? It's a release clause. I don't think they can. One thing I didn't understand was temporary release clause. Do they offer certain release clauses in terms of timeframes? Weird. Anyway, that's the latest on Pedri, PSG and Luis Enrique. Now, one last bit of information before we call it a day is what has happened in terms of that UEFA report where Chelsea got punished by collaboration, if we want to call it that, yeah, because we paid 8.5 mil, but we done it because we voluntarily stepped up to the plate. We handed ourselves in, basically. And it wasn't even this ownership, right? There's been a proper punishment, and it's to who? Juventus. So I hope this doesn't interfere with the Lukaku deal. But anyway, here it is. Official. UEFA announced Juventus have received a 1-year ban from European competitions following FFP violations. Okay. In that case, we might need to just accept the loan deal with an obligation to buy. absolutely obligation to buy for Lukaku. But Juventus have been punished. They have been kicked out of the Conference League. So there's no Europa Conference League football for Juventus this season. They've been kicked out. I'm not sure who's taking their place. Is it going to be the team that finished below them in Serie A last season? I don't know. There's not been a confirmation of that, to be honest. But that's what I'm expecting. Juventus, no European football for the coming season. So that's the punishment. I'm not sure there's a financial punishment. Probably is, although I don't know. It just seems like they've been kicked out and that's it. So let me know your thoughts on that. No Juventus in the Conference League. It's not really a loss, to be honest. For Juventus, it's probably a blessing in disguise. If you get kicked out of the Conference League and you're Juventus, you're probably happy. So I don't really see this as a punishment. If I'm Juventus, I'm happy. I'm like, cheers. We now have a reason to not show up to play this Conference League, and you've done it for us. Thank you very much. We now can stay at home and forget that competition that we're frankly not interested in, right? Juventus are not that level. They are better. They should be better. So to fight for the Conference League is probably below them, for being honest. Only fair to give that spot to someone else, someone that would cherish European competition for the first time or something. But there we are. That's Juventus kicked out. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below on everything that I've discussed in this video, and I will see all of you tomorrow for video number 1 and video number 2. You're going to be getting 2 videos tomorrow once again, and then on Sunday we do gear up for the pre-season friendly against Fulham. So Chelsea-Fulham, which is kicking off at 7:45. You'll be getting a match review at that as video number 2. So keep your eyes peeled for Sunday, but keep your eyes peeled for tomorrow. And the way to do that is by one way only. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Don't forget to check out the socials. Links are in the description on screen for you right now. Instagram at Younes Talks Football, Twitter at Talks Football, TikTok at Younes Talks Football. And on top of that, do not forget to check out the second channel, my other channel, my non-football channel, Younes Talks, and hit the subscribe button over there as well. Check out my latest video that was uploaded earlier today. So make sure you guys are there for that, and I will see all of you tomorrow for a brand new one. Thank you all so much for watching, people. See you tomorrow. Take care and peace.